Okay, we're back. It has been a minute since I have made a YouTube video, and don't really know why. I just haven't really been feeling it, but I want to get back into it. I want to start making long form content again, and just making content in general. I feel like I just haven't been making a lot of things recently besides photos, which is actually a topic we're going to touch on in this video. But yeah, as you saw from the title, this is going to be my 1 year with the Sony A7RV and kind of what I think of it after using it as my dedicated photography camera for the last year, but also why I've decided recently to switch camera system and move all of my photography over to Fujifilm with the X-T5. So let's get into it. Okay, I don't want this video to be like 30 minutes long. If you want a really in-depth video about the Sony A7RV, there are a plethora of videos on YouTube already about that camera. So if you really want something really in-depth about all the features and everything it comes with, go find one of those. But my thoughts on the A7RV after the last year is that if you just want the best photography camera on the market, you want something that's going to be reliable, it's going to get the job done, it's a camera you don't even have to worry about using, even think about using for the most part, it's just going to deliver high quality results every single time, then just buy the Sony A7RV. It really is just the best camera, and honestly it's a dream to use it. I still use it for a lot of my client work just because it's one less thing I need to worry about. It's just a camera that's gonna nail it every single time, and you just don't have to worry about it. The A7RV also isn't a slouch when it comes to video, so if you're looking for a good hybrid camera, maybe you're photography first, but you also want to shoot some really high quality video for like Instagram Reels or YouTube videos like this, the A7RV is still probably your best choice, because with the video, it's again no slouch. You get 4K 10-bit 422 color, S-Log 3, up to 4K 60. You got great in-body stabilization. But yeah, this camera is literally just packed to the brim with features, and every feature that you could possibly need as a content professional online or out in the real world. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. If you want my recommendation, you don't really want to watch the rest of this video. If you have the money and you want the best photography camera out there that can also do amazing video, just buy the Sony A7RV. You will not regret it. It is an absolute beast of a camera. With that being said, let's move on to the more interesting side of this video and why I've decided to move my photography away from the A7RV and over to arguably a worse camera in a lot of ways. So yes, everything I said previously about the A7RV is true. It is the best photography camera out there. It's the one I recommend to everyone if they're looking to get the best photography camera. That's the one I tell everyone to get. But for my own personal work and the more artistic stuff, the stuff that I'm even more passionate about creating, doing that stuff with the Sony A7RV had just become really, really boring. Obviously the images are great, it delivers every single time, and the images are beautiful and tack sharp, and the bokeh is amazing, but the actual user experience of the camera has just gotten really sterile for me. It's kind of just, I show up, I do the same thing, I get the same shots. It's just kind of boring. So yes, as you can see, this is just another cliche tale of a photographer who got bored using something and just wanted something new to play with. I'm not going to try and frame this in any other light. It's full transparency. I pretty much just wanted a new toy to play with. There's nothing that the Fuji X-T5 can do that the Sony can't or can't do better. I was just bored and wanted something new to play with. And with that being said though, I've actually been enjoying the X-T5 quite a bit. And so let's talk a little bit about that. Now, I haven't had the X-T5 for a super long time, about a month, but I have used it for both client and personal projects within this last month, just so I could quickly get a feel for how the camera performs. First and foremost, the aesthetics of the camera, on point. As a content creator, I have to get a lot of video of me obviously using a camera, and while the Sony A7RV looked fine enough, it was kind of bland. Using the X-T5 just looks super good in video. I just like having video of me using it because the camera aesthetically is just so appealing. Image quality has also been great. I think a lot of people hear APS-C or a crop sensor, which the X-T5 has, and just immediately disregard it, that it can't be used for professional work. But while it does have its limitations, I've been really impressed with the image quality that I've been able to get out of this camera. I've shot a few client projects. I've shot a couple portrait sessions. I even took it on a trip out to the deserts of Utah to capture some images, and it performed great across all of these different types of shoots. Now, I will say that the sensor did struggle a little bit in lower light conditions, obviously in kind of late golden hour to early blue hour. It started to struggle. I felt that I needed to increase my ISO or lower my shutter speed a lot more than I would have to on, say, a full frame camera. But with that being said, the camera also performs significantly better in like midday harsh lighting conditions compared to my Sony cameras. And I'm not sure if this is because of the APS-C sensor, maybe it's just not letting as much light in, or if it's just something to do with Fuji and their color science, but I absolutely love shooting midday with the X-T5. I got this image out in the desert, which is one of my favorites that I captured over the weekend that we were there, and it was well after sunrise, but the colors and everything still just looks so good and it pops. And if I would have tried to take this photo on my Sony, it probably wouldn't have turned out nearly as nice. But yeah, that should do it for this video. I know there's gonna be some of you out there who are a little bit curious on the accessories and lenses that I picked up alongside the X-T5. I'm honestly probably due for an entire new what's in my camera bag video, so if that's something you'd be interested in seeing, definitely let me know in the comments and I will make that video. But yeah, that should do it for this video, and as always, thanks for watching.